I always tell women that are interested in pursuing leadership roles that they should talk to other women that are already holding those roles, or how that they met those challenges. I think that it's important for young women to identify, role models and be able to talk to them. I think it's also important for women in leadership roles to talk to young women and to encourage them to, whether it's running for office or holding other positions of leadership in other organizations. I think you really have to, pay it forward and help fill the pipeline so that young women recognize you as, being a mentor and help them reach their leadership goals.
Learning as much as you can and gaining that confidence really helps you move forward.
Don't give up. Every time you hear no, or you are redirected to a less senior role, let that sort of add fuel to your fire and propel you forward. I think we also hear a lot about your network and networking. And I think what's been most effective for me is sort of concentrating my time and my effort on like 3 to 5 key relationships. Not all of which are women. I have, a mix of men and women in my mentorship group, but really investing time in those relationships so that they're people who know you and who you can trust, and people that you can call on and rely on when you are faced with a really challenging situation that can help you sort of honestly navigate it.
The biggest piece is it's going to be challenging being in a leadership role, and that doesn't, and when I think of leadership roles, I don't just mean being something on a major platform like the first woman to be president of the United States, but also just even in smaller leadership roles where you might not go as noticed, and it can be difficult and isolating, but it's really important that you stick with it, and because you are making a difference and we all need you to continue on, so keep being with us in the team, even in spirit, even if you don't see us directly, we're all rooting for each other. So I think that's probably the big piece.
First, you need to make sure you know what leadership means to you. So it's different for everyone. For me, it includes kindness, fairness, and integrity. Lawyers have an expression. It goes, you hold your own bar card, and essentially what that has to do with is integrity and accountability, and the notion that no external force or factor or person can influence or dictate your behavior as an individual or the action you take. So you're responsible for your oath. But there are many ways to be a leader, and then more importantly, know that you already belong at the table. You don't need to wait for an invitation. Be a leader. If you're hardworking and capable, and you have ideas that are useful, pull out a chair and take your seat. And if you're somewhere that isn't receptive to your thinking or your leadership, you can of course work to change that environment. But by knowing your resources and your allies, or even don't be afraid to go somewhere else. People will see you eventually. They'll see your hard work. Other leaders will see you, and strong leaders will pull you up too. And if you're in the right environment, then your hard work will be acknowledged.
There was always women that I looked up to, and I was like, wow, I would love to just talk to them and maybe like just get to know their journey, or ask them some questions about I would have these feelings, but I would be so shy, and like, they don't want to talk to me, or they don't want anything to do with me. And so I would encourage girls and women, young women who are feeling that way, to just go ahead and ask, because odds are that woman is probably thinking the same thing about you and wants to get to know you as well too. So don't be afraid to put that first foot forward when it comes to networking and building relationships. I don't really believe in bad relationships. I think people don't get along sometimes, but I always think that there is a value in a relationship that you have with another human, one way or another. So I'm always encouraging young women to go ahead, go ask a question, shake a hand, network. It's not a bad thing.